Hello, everyone. Mark Satterfield here. Hope you are doing well. It is a beautiful day here in Pinehurst, North Carolina. The sun is out. It's actually now up to 60 degrees, which is really cool because it started off at 20. And hope you're having a good day wherever you are. So, wanted to talk with you today about discovery calls. And discovery calls are those things, where you offer a free consultation. And for practically all of us who are in the advice giving business, that's an important part of the overall marketing process. Uh, and I guess it would also suffice to say that we probably don't get as many of those calls as we want, and we probably spend a fair amount of time talking to people who really aren't qualified. So, wanted to share some thoughts in terms of what's worked well, what's worked well for me, what's worked well for my clients, and hopefully this will be helpful to you as well. One piece of advice that I would offer up is don't have it be the first thing that you're offering. The problem with the discovery calls is that most prospective clients think that they're just a disguised sales pitch, and that if they take time out of their schedule, they are just going to get hammered with a very aggressive telemarketer who's going to try to get them to sign up for whatever. Um, so what we have to do, in my opinion, is we have to establish some, credibility. We have to enhance that know, like, and trust factor in advance of offering the free consultation. And the way we do that is through content. It's as simple as that. The more that you can provide helpful content, the more that you can provide information that people will say, hey, that was helpful. That was a good idea. I never really kind of thought of that before. The more that you do that in the getting to know you stage, what it does is it makes people say, hey, this is somebody that I think might be able to help us with our stickiest kinds of problems. So I think initially, and I've talked about this before, and those of you who are subscribers to my YouTube channel or LinkedIn or Facebook, know that I preach this endlessly, but it really is driven by content. Now, I know I have a lot of members of my community who are in the financial services field, and they say, hey, look, I can't just create content. And that's true. You are restricted to a certain extent from that. But what you do have that a lot of other people don't have is your firm creates a lot of content that you can use then to disseminate. But look, the point is, don't have the offer of the free consultation, the discovery call, be the first thing out of the pipe. Now, when I go to people's websites and I look at them, there's usually a button that says schedule a consultation with me. And I click on the button, and maybe it takes me to a calendar where I can do that. Now, technically, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not bad, except in the sense that it probably isn't getting you the response that you want. And the reason it's not is because you aren't communicating what's in it for me, and the me being your prospective client. Again, goes back to, my assumption is that this is just going to be a disguised sales pitch. And, why do I really want to subject myself to that? So what you need to do is you need to create a page that explains the benefits of why having a discovery call with you makes sense. What will they walk away knowing that they didn't know before? That's really the key. So you want to think about what kind of value can you provide? Can you give them an analysis? Can you give them a review? Can you provide them with a helpful piece of advice around some particular problem or issue that they're facing. And that's really what you want to be selling, if you will, on the page that offers the free consultation. And if you do that, that in and of itself will increase the number of people that will take you up on the offer. But the second part of the equation is tire kickers, and how do we spend or not spend our time with people who, just, they're nice people, but they aren't right for whatever reason in terms of potentially becoming a client. And how do we avoid that? Well, fortunately, the answer is pretty simple. What you want to do is you want to put in a little questionnaire, and you can use TypePad, and there's all sorts of different ones out there. You choose the one that is the easiest for you to use, and in that you put a number of qualifying questions. Now, it might be the size of company, it might be their budget, it might be their experience, there might be their job title. Whatever the criteria is that you use to determine who is a viable candidate for your services versus who isn't, and ask them to fill out this simple form. Now, don't go on and on and on. How many questions? I don't know. Let's play around with like 5 or 6. And those questions come to you. And if there's someone who isn't a match, well, you just send them a short email, and you're polite and you're respectful, because you're always growing your community. And of course, you don't know who these people know. Maybe they know, if they're not a perfect candidate, maybe they know someone who's totally awesome. So you always want to respond and give them a nice email saying, hey, look, it doesn't seem to be a fit, but maybe there's a piece of advice you can give that will be helpful to them. That's that's the way we want to treat them. But what it does is it ensures that when you're spending your time with somebody, the person is at least within the kind of the reasonable parameters of what constitutes a good client for you. So, kind of the tips to think about today: 1, create a page that explains the benefits of a free consultation with you. And I tell you, my response went up when I simply put in the on the page the fact that this is not a disguised sales pitch, despite of what you think. And if you want to see a template, go to generalrainmarketing.com, and I can't tell you exactly where it is because we're constantly changing the website, but there's a page that explains the free consultation. I think it's in the upper left hand corner, and you can look at that. You obviously don't sign up for a free consultation unless you want one, but just look at that as a model. And then when they do click to get a consultation with you, create a short survey on TypePad that will screen the people that you want, and screen out the people that who aren't a good fit. So those are the 2 pieces of advice for the discovery call for today. On Friday, we're going to chat a little bit about how do we make that discovery call itself productive. How can we position our services in a way that get people really, really interested in them without being, salesy, and that's not good. You don't want to do it. I don't want you to do it. Nobody wants you to do it. But we still want to get clients. We want to convert as many really great people into clients as we can. And there's a methodology and a process to that, and I'll share that with you on Friday. So, if you are watching this live, thank you very much for doing so. If you're watching this recorded, thank you for doing that as well. And naturally, I always appreciate if you're, whatever channel you're watching this on, if you would, give me a thumbs up or a like, or, subscribe so that you know when I'm doing these things, because I enjoy doing them, and I hope they are helpful to you. So your feedback is important to me. So again, we're going to do another one of these on Friday. And hopefully you'll have a chance to have you participate. And if you got some questions, love to get those. So until then, this is Mark Satterfield. Thank you so much for being a part of my community. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.